Hey guys, it's Nate Holtzafel. We live in a world full of distractions, and these distractions can get pretty crazy because ultimately at the end of the day, there's so many of them. You know, in 1955, there weren't a lot of distractions. There was 3 channels on TV, a couple of AM radio stations. That was really it. Then occasionally a new movie would come out, but it wasn't a movie a day. It was a movie every month maybe. And so some new film would come out and it would be in the theater for weeks and weeks and weeks, and you'd have a chance to see it. And then guess what? It never went to video. The next time you got to see it was the next time it was re-released. So guys, you got to realize that in today's day and age, we're living in a world that's literally, it's full of distractions. You know, it's not even just about telephones anymore. We have computers in our pocket that, frankly, make some telephone calls, but it's a computer and it's full. It's getting messages from all kinds of people. We can search for anything online, entertainment, videos, music, Wikipedia, mortgage calculators. Everything we want to know is accessible through this little device. Star Trek got it wrong. They talked in the future, right? These little personal communicators. Communication is like the least of this thing, okay? No idea there would be chances to go out and get all kinds of unlimited amounts of data. You want to write a book report on something? Who needs to read the book? All the information is right here. It's incredible. So, you know, we're living in a world where distractions are prevalent. You know, there's 200 channels on television. There's dozens of radio stations in several languages, AM, FM, and then forget about the hundreds that are available through satellite radio. It's insane, right? And we have all this information being thrown at us all the time. So how do we make a sound? How do we stop being a noise and become a sound? See, that's the real trick in life. When we want to go out, we want to find success, what we've got to do is we've got to separate ourselves from the mess. We've got to separate ourselves from the distractions, and we have to become something above that. We have to become something special, something unique. And guys, I'll tell you what, every single person I've met has something special to offer. But we cannot offer it until we break away all the things that are cluttering our entity and who we are. I've often talked about, you know, the movie, there's a movie that I really like. It's an old movie. It's from like the 60s, okay? And it's called The Ecstasy and the Agony, or The Agony and the Ecstasy. And it's about Michelangelo. Charlton Heston plays Michelangelo, the guy who painted the Sistine Chapel. And before he starts painting the chapel, before he's, you know, basically forced to do that by the Pope, okay? He's asked to talk about what he's gonna carve out of this big hunk of marble. It's this huge hunk of marble. It's the size of a Suburban, and he's sitting on it. And someone says, you know, what are you gonna make? He says, I'm not gonna create anything. The sculpture's already been inside. All I'm gonna do is remove all the rough pieces and reveal the masterpiece that has always been there. Guys, I always loved that, and I thought that was a really good analogy, and it was incredible. And whether or not Michelangelo ever said that, or if that was just a line from the movie, perhaps I'll never know. But to me, I'll tell you what, guys, that's exactly what it's about. We need to get rid of all these distractions and all these things, break away all these things, whatever, and then reveal who we are. Once we do that, we're in a whole nother level. Guys, I'll tell you what, for me, the idea of all these channels and all these distractions that come our way and all this competition, all right, it can be mind-boggling. It can tear you down. It can make you feel like there's just, you know, there's no chance or no hope. But I'm living, walking, breathing proof, and I'm telling you, that a kid from the middle of nowhere, Utah, who barely graduated high school, can go out and accomplish some amazing things, right? Make phenomenal things, and you can make a change in this world. You can do incredible things. You can become a philanthropist, a business leader. You can become a speaker, a writer. You can get paid to do your dream. You can write about your story. You can do all these incredible things. You can go out and change the lives of others, but it's up to you in order to make it happen. You gotta break away from the crowd and stand out and shine. Guys, I know you can absolutely do this. All you have to do is literally focus, focus, focus. Get the help where you need it, but literally tear away all this excess that's clogging who you are. Get it away from you, okay? And guys, you can go out and you can become that sound. And in time, I'll tell you what, you're gonna find that underneath all that, there's always a masterpiece. All you've done is reveal it. I'm Nate Holtzafel. Welcome to the Nate State of Mind.